I know I've mentioned the concept of so-called plus sections. These are the uncodified provisions that are found at the end of California bills, and they do a number of things such as expressing legislative intent, perhaps explaining why a bill is a special statute or an urgency statute, for example. Probably the most common plus section found in bills is undoubtedly the state mandated local program cost disclaimer language found in a couple of variations. Now, there are, of course, many bills in the California legislature that don't contain any plus sections, just the proposed statutory provisions to add, amend, or repeal provisions of California code. And usually, when bills do contain plus sections, there's usually just one. Again, the most common is the cost disclaimer language, but sometimes you might see two, three, even four different sections. So, what are the main plus sections that you're going to come across? Certainly, the reimbursement mandate disclaimer, again, for state mandated local programs, special statute designation, if the bill's a matter of statewide concern and not just a municipal affair, therefore applying to both charter and general law cities. Legislative intent, dealing with 2011 realignment legislation, tax levies, an urgency clause, severability. There are a couple of provisions related to findings and declarations under Section 41 of the Revenue Tax Code, and also whether or not you have a sales tax exemption or a property tax exemption, and cost mandate waivers. These are pursuant to Revenue Tax Code sections 2229 and 2230. There's also some common findings now related to public access to records and meetings of public entities. There's also findings and declarations related to amending a statutory initiative measure that was passed by the voters. There's a rulemaking exemption, contingent enactment language, double jointing language to deal with any chaptering out problems, whether an appropriation or no appropriation is made by the bill, the finding for trailer bills, for bills related to the budget bill, public funds disclaimer for potential gift of public funds, any retroactivity language that a bill is specifically made to apply retroactively or strictly prospectively. And then sometimes you find when a measure has to be submitted to the voters for a final vote. So again, not an exhaustive list, but those are certainly the main plus sections that you find in California legislation.